this, my regular here at the winner's circle. Let's hear for Tom Tolley. Tom! Tolley!
Came out of the crawl space in the attic over there. I'm Tom Tolley. I grew up in New Jersey. Nothing? So you probably know me best from hearing him say my name just now. I got my cheat sheet. It was a little tricky getting here tonight. I was driving, came up to a yellow light. I'm so conflicted because I hate it when people hit the gas through the yellow light, right? But I'm running late. And there's already some guy walking across the road. So I never do this, almost never do this. But I hit the gas and I ran him over in the crosswalk. You'll probably see it on the news tonight. But not to worry, happy ending. I made it here on time. So somebody mentioned voting. Everybody voted today. The process of voting for me is just too serious. I think it should be more fun, right? I mean, a lot more people would vote if it was a good time. So I did my part today. I'm in the booth. I'm filling out my ballot, and I lean back to the woman in the booth next to me and I say, "Hey, what did you get for number 3? And those little stickers they give you when you're done, I voted. Well, before I went, I printed out a bunch of my own. And they say, I farted. I know, it's super childish, but it cracks me up every day. So, dating is fun, right? No. Just try it when you're older. Because I'm back in the dating game, and I realize that all of the dating rituals and rules, they're all different now. For instance, now I have to take a picture of my penis. You heard of this? And send it to women who haven't asked for it? Okay. The biggest complaint by women on these online dating sites are these lousy dick pics. So guys, how is it that you're still not getting your dick pics professionally done? I did. I'm happier for it. It was a little sketchy with the photographer at first because I told him I was coming in for a headshot. Don't laugh at that. That's a terrible joke. So my sister calls me up last week to tell me that George died. He was on chemo, it's very sad, passed away. And my first question to her is probably one that you're thinking of right now, which is, who the fuck is George? Does anybody else have that person in their lives who talks to you about other people like you're supposed to know who they are? Because then I find out that George is her next door neighbor's cat. So obviously my next question is, when cats get chemo, do they just lose the fur on their heads? Oh, I know, it's terrible. Well, any of the cat people in here are going to love the rest of it. I get it, though. We love our pets. But you know what's going to happen here. You're going to spend 20 grand on chemo for your 14-year-old cat, and then Mr. Mittens is going to die anyway. So do the responsible thing. Buy yourself a jet ski with that money. And then take Mr. Mittens out for a ride in the ocean. There you go. Does anybody remember the awkward sex conversation with mom or dad? The first one, birds and the bees talk?
What?
Yeah? No? Well, here's my experience. My dad was a scientist. And so talking about sex using the birds and the bees, that made sense to him. And when we had our chat, he chose the bees, and he explained it like this. The virgin queen flies to an area, maybe I don't have to finish, flies to an area where there are thousands of male honeybees, and while in flight, she mates with as many as she can, storing the semen in her abdomen, so that when she needs to, she can produce fertilized eggs for the colony. And then he said, any questions? And I was like, yeah, you guys can fly? And mom's a slut? And how do I even know you're my real dad? That's it for me tonight. Thank you very much.